Hello, and you are very welcome to tonight's League All About It show, round number 3 on the Loud and Proud Patreon and podcast show. Okay, absolutely epic nights of football. Last night we had Division 1, rain all over the place, causing havoc with conditions and I suppose overall play and what have you. But big games tonight, big results. I will the usual. I'll go through every single result. I will go through at the end. I think with 3 weeks now, we can look and see where people are lying on the table, where teams are lying on the table. No ladies results because there's no round of ladies fixtures on this weekend. It'll be next Friday again. We'll be topping them up at the next next League All About It show, again on Saturday night at 9 p.m. Just before we get into it, Kildare Week on the Loud and Proud podcast. Sign up now, patreon.com/Loud and Proud. You hear from Tommy Callahan. Goes into depth. We're going to talk a lot about Brian Flanagan, who's a former guest on the show. We knew last March when he was on, he was going to be more or less the Kildare manager. He got the job and he's doing very well. He's doing damn well. So we're going to talk about Kildare with that. I'll be looking back on Monday, that 2020 game, and how it affected Loud and Mickey Hart's regime going forward and what the kind of implications for that was going forward. And I'll be reacting to Ger and Brian Flanagan's team later on in the week. But enough of that. You want to hear all the results, who did well and who got the goals. I'm going to have all of them are tallied in. So sit back, relax and enjoy the next 20 minutes or so of loud local GA club football. So Division 1, last night we had 5 home wins and 1 away win. Right, Pats 13 points to Feckins 10. I'll tell you, kicked the winner there in those. The Joes were defeated for the first time by the Mocktas this season. I'll tell you, got the goals for the Mocktas. The Dreadnoughts beat the Blues 17-8. Ill-tempered game, we'll talk about that in a second. Rd3 defeated the Geraldines. I'll tell you, they must have had to come back to win in that one. 3-17 to 4-8. And then Cooley were beaten by a point by the Jocks. We'll talk about the winner in that one as well. 112 to 14. Hunterstown Rovers 212 to 4. I'll tell you what that means in 1 second as well. Right, go straight to Division 2. Thursday night game. The Plunkets defeated the Glen Emmets from 15 points to 1-9. I tell you, got the Emmets goal in that and the tail of that game as well. Very interesting. Mark Rangers defeated Staban and Parnells away from home. The only away win in Division 2 tonight. They beat them 17-13. Kilkerley 2-9, the Gales 112. Waiting on the leveller who got the goals in that game and who levelled that game. Might be in as we talk. If you have it, send it in, pop it into the comments below and I'll get to them very shortly. The Rallies 17, the Docking Irelanders 11. I'll talk about that in 1 second as well. Another 11 points. The Brides got 11. They were defeated by Roach, 113 to 11 at home in Roach. Clonagale 114. Still waiting who got the goal scorer. If you have that, who got the leveller, because the Kevins kicked 17 points. But I've interesting stories from that game also. Right, Cuchulainn Gales 111 to Lanleers 13 points. Big interesting finale in that one. Annamina Rovers 6-13. Dowdall's Hill 5 points. Talk about that very shortly. I've all the goal scorers, so you don't have to send them in. I have them all for you. The Mitchells 15 points. Back to winning ways. The Mals 1-5. 2-11. Finbars and the Tones 11. I'll talk about that in 1 second. The Piercy 3-7. Nicks 1-6 at home in Drogheda. And then Glyde at home were defeated 2-10 to 12 against the Sean McDermott. Tell you got the 2 goal scorers for the Seans were in 1 second. If you have the Gales goal scorer, send them in. Proper comment underneath. And Kilkerley as well. That's the only ones I'm missing. The last result to give you is the O'Connells defeated the Westerns 2-11 to 2-4. Talk all about the penalties in that game very, very shortly. Okay, so where do you want to go? Where will I go first? I think I will go to Division 2 and then I'll go Division 1. Actually, you know what? I'm going to go straight to Division 3. In an epic games of football, we had 4 home wins and 3 away wins tonight. And I talk about blowing the whole thing out of proportions and all the way everything's going. Sorry, just looking to see if I get any info from that Kilkerley and Gales game. If you have it, like I said, do send it in. Cuchulainn Gales 111, Glanleer 13 points. Glanleer looked to be winning. They were winning 113 to 19 by a point. Up comes Adam Sharkey, man of the match, and kicks a 2-pointer to win the game. He finished at 1-3 And then Aidan O'Hanlon, he got a point as well. And James Sharkey, not to be outdone, well, he was outdone by his brother, I think it's his brother, Adam. He kicked 5 points tonight and a massive win for Cuchulainn Gales. We'll talk about the tables very shortly, but Clyde get a massive win. 2-11 to 11. They got the bulk of the work done early on. Niall Smith scored after 7 seconds. But they still came back to Finbarr to lead 2-7 to 5 points. Chris McGlynn got a goal from half back, and Jack Butley on the wing this year, he got another goal in the first half. 2-7 to 5 they led. Sean Flanagan came off the bench with a told he had a point to get the revival going. Liam Gaffney and Darren Weldon got 3 points apiece as well, but one wasn't to be. It's Finbarr to go top, and I think, according to my calculations, before we look at it now, we knew it was a top of the table clash. Both sides unbeaten going into it, but the Finbarr are now top. They're unbeaten, 6 points at the top, and they're out on top outright because Na Piarsaigh did a job on the Knicks. They were trailing 1-4 to 1-3 at half time. Alex Finnegan with the goal in the first half for the Knicks at home. But Kieran Murphy got the first half goal as well for the Piarsaigh Blackrock. And who fought back in the second half? Robert Murphy got one, and Jamie Feely got the third goal in the 3-7-1-6 upset. Ruined me predictions. I have predictions, Friday predictions every Friday. Join in, have a look, see how I get on. I'll update it now when I release this podcast for Patreon members. Another big win. The Shawns 2-10. Glyde 12 points. I don't have the Glyde scores in as yet, but you can probably predict why. Because Kevin McMahon got a goal and Dan Cummins got a goal as well. Dan Cummins got a goal also. They were predicting it all week in Churchtown. They were letting me know that they're going to get a job done on Glyde, and they did so. They carried it out. It was a great, fantastic win. 2-10 to 12 point winners away in Talonstown. That's a massive win, a huge win. Could be result of the week in Division 3. The O'Connells and the Westerns. What a great game. David High had a 2-pointer. It was what was the score? I think they were well ahead, but it's a tale of 3 penalties. Anthony Dornan got his saved. Emmett Smith scored a penalty for the Westerns, and Conor Kerr got a goal as well. But 10 minutes in, Niall Conlon gets a penalty, slots that away. He finished in 1-5 overall. And then right at the death of things, Harry Kearns has a shot. It drops short, and Jackie Agnew, no better man to finish off, scoring a goal after Patrick Curley got 2 points in that game for the Westerns. But it just wasn't to be. So it's a big win for the O'Connells there. 2-11 to 2-4, and I'll tell you why as we go through the tables. Might go through the tables straight away. The Mitchells still waiting on their goals or their scorers tonight at the 15 points, but it was a draw match at half time. 1-5 to 8 at half time. Conor Nicholson with the goal for the Monarchies. He's playing quite well this season. And then, right, where are we going to finish up? Yes, the 6 goals for Anna Minnan. We thought they would tell a tournament of a corner. Maybe it's tough travelling out to Stone Town, just the way it is. And then Anna Minnan, Shane Grimes got the first of 2 goals. Aidan Lee Martin gets the second. Only anything to Kyle. Kyle gets the 6th goal. Shane Grimes gets the second. That was there's 5 second half goals in this game for Anna Minnan. Fergal, Markey, and followed up then by Dwayne Markey and Kyle Martin gets the 6th goal. That's a big win for Anna Minnan. That gets them up and running, I think, this season. Is that their first win? I could be wrong. Yeah, I think it is their first win. How did they do last week? They were defeated, were they? Yeah, they were by Anam. Did they beat the Mals beat them last week? Did they? 17 points. Yeah, they did. So that's their first win. Is it Anam's first win? No, they beat the Shawns the first day. That's their second win. So they jumped the 4 points. But yeah, Dave Finbarr, what a night of results for them. They got a big win. They got the win. They go to 6 points at the top of the table. Glyde are now on 4 points. They drop the points. O'Connell's joined them on 4, but it's daylight now with that win for the Finbars, because they obviously defeated the Tones, who are on 4 points as well. The Mitchells as well. Sorry, the Mitchells I think are on. The Mitchells are 3 wins in a row as well. They're top as well. I didn't realise that. They were so down because of the score difference. But yeah, the Mitchells are up there, and the Knicks missed out on the chance to go top as well. So sorry, apologies to the Mitchells. They're top. Johnny Carter give out to me. They're top with the Finbars. That's a great result for the Finbars, though. Going well early on this season. Yeah, so sorry. The Mitchells overcame the Shawns last week by a point, and they won the first game against Dunleer. Sorry, so my apologies to all the Ballabella. They're 3 wins out of 3 as well, along with the Finbarra. Let's jump on. Don't forget Kildare week. Let's go to Division 2. Let's go to the first game on Thursday night. The Plunkets were cruising. They were flying. Stephen Keeley hit 245. Christian Nolan was hitting the bulk of the scores, as he always does. Very accurate from his frees. They led 9-2 at half-time. Very, very confident. Then a turnover in their own half. Jacob Morgan, youngster in first season, good footballer, comes up the field, gets a goal. That kind of completely sends haywire. Very nervous for the Plunkets in the finish, between 3 points in it. James Butler also comes off the bench and he scores as well. And then they needed Keane Brady to come off the bench just to get a score and settle things down for the Plunkets. So, big win there for the Plunkets also. And that's their first win in 3. Staban and Parnells, they were defeated tonight. They were 9-5 down at half-time, thanks to Cotton Fleming. Cotton Fleming was exceptional for him. Had a great first half. Harry Butterley was denied, though, again, with a huge tally. He hit 10 points on the night. And, yeah, that's tough loss. Imagine hitting 10 points and losing. But yeah, Matt got the job done. That's their second win in 2 weeks. Gales drew with Kilkerley Emmis. That's the first time micro calculations here. Yeah, the Gales have dropped points. The Irelanders dropped points. The Kevins dropped points. The Bannon dropped points. So a lot of teams could have went top. And it just means now that Matt are joined top. I don't think there's a team... Sorry, the Gales are outright at top with 5 points. That tells you how tight it is there. But the Rattlers get their first win of the year. They defeated the Ducking Hurlers 17 points to 11. Speaking of 10, Kyle McElroy gets 10 points tonight in a huge win. Their first win of the season to kind of to leapfrog. They do leapfrog Kilkerley and the Glen Emmets to go that playoff spot. And the Clans picked up a draw tonight and Roach got more than a win. But yeah, so Roach were leading 7-5 and Darragh Riley curled over a Butte. Then Liam Dog got the opening score. He gets one late on. It was 8-all. But Darragh Riley stressed it in for half time. Barry O'Hare clipping in with a couple of scores. Mark Bourne gets a goal. David Quigley kicks in really nice points over. Mark Bourne's goal, very influential for Roach in their first win of the season. They drew already, but yeah, that's their first win. That brings them up to 3 points. I'll talk about the table in 1 second, but the Clans got a 20-minute goal. Looked like it was going their way. I don't have that Clans goal score. If you have it, and the Gales goal scores, leave it in the comments, please, so I can share it out and have it on for the podcast. So both Clans, Gales and the Dock Gales. But yeah, Joshua Finley, he makes a big save, really good save to deny the Clans. I think it was a penalty, another penalty save. And the Kevins hang on. I don't know who kicked the leveller in that one. If you have that, fire that in for me for the Phillipstown men. Who am I looking for now? Let's move on. I think that's it in Division 2. Yes, that's all the info I have. So let's look at the table. So the Gales are on 5 points now. The Irelanders had a chance to go top with 6, but they're stuck on 4. The Kevins have 5 points, so they joined the Gales at top. Staban had a chance to go top as well outright, but missed out because they were defeated by Mark. Mark now joined them on 4 points. The Brides stay on 3. The Plunkets stay on 2. Roach are now on 3. The Clans are on 2. Kilkerley are on 2. And the Rattlers leapfrog them. And Glen Emmets at the bottom with no points after 3 games. Where are we? Right, so Division 1. I'll talk about the table in 1 second. Sean's 1-6. They led 1-6-4 at half time. Thanks for sending me all that info. Let's see if I've any on coming in. Let me see. Yeah, it was a tale of... It was a story with the Docking Irelanders and O'Reilly's game. It was a tale of 2 pointers. The O'Reillys were very sharp for the 2 pointers. Sorry, Keelan Maher with levelled. Keelan Maher for levels for the Kevins. What a great result. They were trailing for a lot of that game, a lot of that contest, and they fired back and got a leveler with it. So that's serious going for the Kevins. They are undefeated this season. That's the only points to drop as they go top with the Dock Gales, not the Irelands. Right, let's go to Division 1. Hunterstown Rovers got a big win. Ryan Ward and Davy Finn got 2 first half goals, making 2-6-2 at half time. Luke Kelly got a brace of points for the Sean O'Mahony's, but they're outplayed all over. Aaron Evans got a good score, Dean Burns as well, and Jay O'Monaghan got a big 2-pointer as well for Hunterstown. I'll tell you where that leaves them on the table very, very shortly, but impressive stuff from the Hunterstown men, who are new boys in Division 1, and they're unbeaten with 3 wins from 3. The Jocks and Cooley, Ben Callanan gets the winner. it looked to be the level, or we talk with a bit of confusion around Keane Connor. He looked to be given a 2-pointer, but it looked to be inside. It gets levelled up. Thought it was a draw, but it wasn't a draw, and Ben Callahan got the winner after Val Leddy gets the goal for Niamh Martin as well in their win. That's a tight 1-point win, and I'll tell you where that leads down in the table in 1 microsecond. RD as well. RD trailed at half time. The Jers were 4 up at half time. Brian Devlin, new boy in the club there, he steps up, takes a penalty and slots it away. Keane Farrell gets the second goal as they led at half time. Johnny Cummins got the first goal for RD. Like I said, they trailed by 4 points with big barnstorm in the second half. Evan Malone, that's his third goal in 2 games. He hits the back, and then Keane Moran gets a goal as they lead the fight back. But Old McDonald's goal was supposed to be absolutely exceptional for the Jers, but they were defeated. Niall McDonald gets a goal as well. They were defeated 3-18 to 4-8. So RD, I'll talk about where they land in the table very shortly. Then an ill-tempered game between the Dreadnoughts and Clotterhead against the Blues. Dreadnoughts led for the majority. Kieran Cunningham got a 2-pointer, and Craig Shevlin got 3 2-pointers. They've been really hitting them this season. Conor Shevlin, he finished with 3 points as well. They were winning 13-7 at half time. But ill-tempered game. Aidan O'Brien got a red card, and Colin Judge got a red card as well. But Jamie Kelly and Ronan Brown performed quite well. They finished with 3 points each for the Blues. But they're rooting to the bottom of the table with along with the Geraldines and the Feckins, because the Feckins were defeated. They were winning at half time as well. I think they were winning 7-3 at half time. Owen O'Connor comes on at half time for the pass that changes the game, along with Marty McEnany. He hit 3 2-pointers in the second half. One free, but a hell of a fight back. Aaron McLeod got 4 points in total. He was very impressive taking the free as well. Danny Burnell got a score in the first half. Colin Hackett got a score in the second half, but he only could manage 3 points to Feckins. As we see now, looking at the table, is that every team? No, the Joes and the Mucklers haven't gone through that game. Alan Quigley hit 7 points. He was flying overall for the Joes, but they were rocked. They were winning 1-6 after Jack Mullen got the goal. 1-6 to no score. Maybe it wasn't that much, but they were winning quite well after 20 minutes, and the game completely swung on its head. Decky gets a goal from the sideline in the 22nd minute, and then it ends up being 1-7 apiece at half time. So despite all the good football the Joes had played, the Mucklers win level. Liam O'Flaherty gets a second half goal, and 2 2-point frees from Decky. And that was it. That just showed their experience and edged out. They're kind of the way they play on the range together, a bit of a local derby there. Darragh O'Shea, I think he was playing last night and he played today, as Leitrim really put it up to Mayo. So congratulations on him on a really great weekend of action. Right, so where's the table lie? The Muckters, the Dreadnoughts and Hunterstown Rovers. Hunterstown Rovers are top of Division 1 with a points difference of plus 25. Down the bottom, we mentioned the Blues, Geraldines and the Feckins are winless so far. Cooley picked up a point, probably controversial fashion last night, as the Dreadnoughts the Martin are on 5 points. The Joes, RD and the Pats are squashed in the middle on 4 and 3 points. Around that kind of split line between the 6-pointer line. But yes, so thank you very much for listening. Let's have a look. Don't forget to sign up now. Patreon.com/Loud and Proud. You can listen to this back in the easier phones. You can listen on your headphones on podcast form, and also Kildare Week. You must get signed up. But before I sign off with the plug, who got the results of the week? Well, there's no doubt about it. Sean's got the result of the week. I know the Finbars, whatever, they'll go top. Along with the Mitchells with a big win at home, but no, for me, the Sean, and the Piercy was a huge shot. I'm gonna be diplomatic here. The Piercy Blackrock get the shock of the week, but the Seans get the result of the week. That's a big win over your local rivals in Division 3. Right, Division 2, who gets the win of the week or result of the week? I'll probably give it to the Plunkets. Oh, there are the Rattleys as well, but the Plunkets, they were trying so hard, local derby there, and they get the job done to get that win. And then, result of the weekend, Hunterstown to go right top of Division 1. Congratulations to them. Sign up now, patreon.com/Loud and Proud. It'd be great to have you listen back to this as well on podcast form. And that's it. Thanks very much for listening. What a hell of a show. Congratulations to those 3 teams. League All About It show. Round number 3. Signing off. Thanks very much for tuning in. I'll see you again next Saturday night, 9 p.m. Good luck. Bye-bye.